Hello and welcome to the GenGAMEcast for Thursday, February 12th, 2015. I am your host, Kevin O'Rourke. Joining me tonight on the podcast is
George Picard.
Remote via Skype,
I'm Benny Gerard.
and also remote via Skype.
I'm Sam Korn.
Welcome to the show, everyone.
Hello.
How's everyone doing tonight? Good?
Hola. Yeah, good.
Cool.
It's a fun night.
It is a
lot
fun
of fun
night.
stuff going on.
Yes. We have a great show planned. Lots of insightful discussions will hopefully be ensuing. Maybe not from Benny, but yeah. So before we get into the discussion, let's start with a segment we call What Are You Playing? George, what have you been playing this week?
I have not been playing League anymore. I stopped.
You have a new love.
Yes. Well, actually, I've still been playing some League, but the MMR system's kind of broken, so it's not fun. If I win a game, I get 12 LP, and if I lose a game, I lose 25 plus. So I have to carry people 3 of 4 games to move up rank, which is not the easiest thing in the world. So I started playing Hearthstone. And I have to say, at first I was just calling it MTG Lite, and it is similar to Magic the Gathering in some regards, and it is a lighter version, but it's a lot of fun. And I hope to continue streaming it on the channel. Probably more than League, honestly, because I've gotten some better responses than I do while playing League. It's a lot easier to talk with viewers as I'm playing because it's turn-based, you know? So it's been a lot of fun. You guys have been great for those that have watched and recently followed, and I hope to continue. So, yeah,
cool.
that was more of a public service announcement, I guess. Yeah,
that was.
But that's quite all right. I guess we could do that sometimes.
Benny, what have you been up to this week?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, that's nice.
New. New. Like, I've been playing way too much, way too much Minecraft. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. But we did have a big success with the build-off, we're going to talk about that later. You guys are laughing, and I can't see what you're laughing at. I'm just going to keep going.
Just go with it, man. Just go with it.
Other than that, just doing my dailies in WoW, just staying on top of that, helping Sam through a couple of stuff, which I think he'd like to talk to you guys about.
Oh, okay. Sam, what have you been up to?
I've been playing WoW.
Oh, okay.
Started playing
Really?
some of the heroic dungeons. I've been playing Hearthstone again, actually. Like, I started actually playing that game, and it's fun, but I'm absolutely dreadful at it, so.
You don't want to go tell them about our Leroy Jenkins adventure?
Oh, yeah, Benny and I unlocked Leroy Jenkins in WoW as a follower for our garrisons. That was fun. Yelled Leroy Jenkins a lot. It was great.
Very compelling story.
And playing League.
Cool.
And actually, last night I played a game I haven't played in a very long time. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game's amazing. I played City Escape like 14 times
Yeah,
just because that level's amazing.
AKA the best music in a Sonic game.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Maybe the best Sonic game.
Yeah, and definitely
Arguably.
the best song that's also featured in Super Smash Bros.
Live and Learn's pretty good. That's Sonic
yeah,
Adventure
Live
1.
and Learn is pretty good.
That's pretty
true.
good.
But so that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Old school, something new,
Yeah,
or
really.
old. Yeah.
Well, it could be new. You could
What
be.
about-
Were you playing it on Steam? This is a real burning question. Steam or the GameCube?
Nah, well, I own it on Steam, but I was playing it on my Xbox 360 because I was
Oh.
talking to a buddy on 360 that I hadn't talked to in a couple months.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, what about you, Kevin?
Myself.
let's not
thank
forget,
you for
yeah.
thank you for asking,
Yes.
George. Man,
Nope.
it's been quite a week. I've been playing Dying Light PC. Great game.
Okay.
It's really fun. And Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Complete Edition. That is a mouthful. Also very fun. If you could pick it up on sale for like $25, it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. It's a
Huh.
great game. So let's get into the show, shall we?
I think we shall.
We shall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our first discussion topic concerns Nintendo and Netflix.
I don't know if
Will they be
concerns.
developing? Well, it does.
Yeah.
So there's a rumor right now. Netflix developing a live-action Legend of Zelda series. What do we think about this?
So I guess we're gonna go good, bad, and ugly on
Yeah,
this.
good,
Okay.
bad, and ugly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this like?
What do we think? Good, bad, or ugly?
I mean,
I think it's good.
this is good.
if it's true, it's good.
This is Right. If it's not true, if it's just a rumor, this is ugly.
Yeah.
I think that's the. It could be bad. I think it's good.
I think what would be really good is if they re-release the original Legend of Zelda series,
God.
Super whatever it was fun show with Mario and Luigi.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
they re-release that on Netflix. That would be great.
This is categorized under good. Great now. Okay.
Yes.
We have now jumped up a category.
So it's
great
the good, the
for
bad,
actually
the ugly, and the great.
And the great, which is only that. That's the best thing they could do.
It's the tops.
So the source in the article said he described the show as Game of Thrones for a family audience. I don't understand how you make Game of Thrones for a family audience, but we'll see.
Remove all the blood, all of the nudity, and the really, really messed up stuff.
Remove the
and
show.
then you got
So,
Zelda.
like, all of
Right,
Game
this
of
is
Thrones.
practically Zelda,
God.
yeah. Yeah.
Starring Sean Bean as Link, it says no. That'd be terrible.
I am
He
down
would
for
just
that.
die.
It just
Because he has to die in every single movie and show.
It's true. You can get Brad Pitt to do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That'll
about
be a
that.
fine Link.
So wait, let's open this up then. Let's we were gonna go another route with this, but let's open this to the peanut gallery here as Benny raises
Benny's
his hand.
raving. Yeah.
Benny, what do you want?
Okay. First of all, I was really against this when I first read it.
Okay.
But then somebody pitched the idea. It's like, well, what if they do some other timeline or story arc that we have not covered? Something pre-Link anything, or Link isn't even a character in this, and we go into like the early days of Hyrule. I am actually behind that idea.
No one would know.
Actually,
That would just
that
be-
would not appeal. I
No,
don't
that
think.
that would just be like any other medieval show, and it would
with
just
a dude. They'd be like, it's Peter Pan in Game of Thrones.
Right.
Like, what do you want? Like
that does sound
That's the
kind
only
of
way
cool.
you can
Benny,
do it,
it's a
though.
good idea, but it's a terrible idea.
HBO can just do that if they want,
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
but that would be cool.
But it's just like it would still reference other things. But if you take one of the existing games and turn it into a live action show or something
Well-
surrounding the events of those games, it would just be weird. For
They
people, I
they
think.
can use the characters in the games and not use a game as the basis for the story. That's why Netflix pays a lot of writers a lot of money.
Well, here's the thing: if they use the characters from the game, and if they say try to stick with the storyline, people are going to hate it. Like, people will always hate it. It doesn't matter. It could be great. Movie critics could love it. They could think it's fantastic. But fans will always pick something out to hate from it.
Fans will always hate a Zelda game, though. 3 years after a Zelda game comes out, it's like, oh, this is the worst game ever. Like, Twilight Princess was like the best ever, and the CDI games were just, well, they were bad. But let's not talk about
Yeah,
those.
I think that's universal. They're just bad. But at the same time, people will hate them. Obviously, they'll make fun of them. They're gonna watch them.
I'll
The
watch
fans
it.
are still going to
That's a
watch
great
this.
deal.
So the concept is there.
Regardless, I'm spending $10 a month on Netflix anyway. If
Right.
I get to watch Zelda, like that's
You're spending that much
That's
on
awesome.
Netflix.
That's true. Yeah, it costs
I mean-
$8
a month.
No, it costs $8 a month if you're only one person, and $10 is for more than one user, which is like the
I'm
optimal
paying.
route.
I'm paying $7.99 a month for
That-
two
that-
streams.
hence
So
eight. All right,
Man,
whatever.
well, you're a sucker.
Or you're
paying 30
grandfathered
bucks.
in.
I pay $30 a month for my Netflix.
That just sounds awful.
What do
That's
they
just-
like
get
beam it into your head?
No, we get we get 3 DVDs at a time as well.
Oh,
so-
Oh, okay.
okay,
Oh,
you're
you
doing
pay
that
for the
thing.
DVDs.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I
that's
forgot
fair.
that was even
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah, I don't even have a DVD
So
player
before Benny interrupted me, I
Yeah.
was going to offer this up to the table.
Okay.
Who would play Link in the series? Who would be
Ooh.
the best suited for it? I know this goes against the whole gaming thing, but it's still related to it. So who would play Link?
I'm so bad with actors.
If we
I
want to
don't
go
think
with
I
Elijah-
like Game of Thrones,
Elijah
Kit
Wood?
Harington, maybe Elijah Wood. That'd be pretty
Ooh.
cool. He looks like an elf. He already played an elf, sort of.
could.
Hobbit.
Right?
you didn't play Hellbound.
It was a Hobbit.
I don't think
That
Kit
counts.
Harrington works for the role, man.
No, I don't.
Oh.
I was just throwing it out there because Game of Thrones and he's younger. So.
Right.
I don't know though. Who would do it? Who could do it well?
I mean, to be fair, he doesn't have a voice to really copy much of, other than "Hiya." That's pretty much.
I would
it,
I would
yeah.
imagine that Link would
So-
speak in
Right? No, I know, but no one could say like, well, that doesn't sound like Link, because like,
Well, no, you can't.
You
yeah.
can't exactly.
Sounds like a
so-
screaming dude.
yeah.
I
so
mean,
he's-
a younger actor who's not as well known might be the best choice for this role.
I would love to see Seth Green just do it. Just Seth Green.
I'll get behind that.
Because he's yeah.
Nah, better
What?
question.
Is this
Who's gonna
serious?
play-
All right, so we have the article up from The Verge right now. Maisie Williams is young Link. Natalie Dormer is adult Link. What? This is too much Game of Thrones here. The female characters? That could happen. I'm not
Ryan-
saying that couldn't happen.
Who's gonna play Ganondorf? That's what I really want to know.
Ryan Gosling.
You know, it'd be super cool.
Morgan Freeman.
Zelda Williams as Zelda.
Yeah.
It's a missed opportunity right there.
Morgan Freeman as Ganondorf. It sounds like a good idea.
I don't know about that.
No?
Jenny Slate is Navi. Lawrence Fishburne is King of Hyrule.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I would take Morgan Freeman as the King of Hyrule. Actually, that'd be pretty cool.
Who
He's
would
already been
be
God,
Tingle?
so you
What
might as
about
well.
Chris Pratt? Not Tingle. Not Chris Pratt. Well, maybe.
Chris Pratt might
Chris
be a
Pratt
good
is
adult
Link. I don't know. Nick Offerman is Darunia. This list is a little ridiculous. Martin Short is
Are we gonna
Tingle.
go? Are we gonna go?
Beyonce
American
is the
actors?
For some
Very
reason, I
good.
was
I'm
thinking.
on
board.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I don't know about that. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I said, do we want to go American actors or British?
It could be. Who knows?
Right.
At this point, we don't know much, except that it's a rumor.
We don't know anything
If we
except
can
that it's
get-
rumor
if
that
we
it's
can
happening.
Get Zoe Deschanel in this, I'm on board.
That'd be cool.
It doesn't matter what role she plays. That's fine. She could be Link. I don't
Ganon.
care. Yeah.
She's Wizrobe number 2.
Oh, that's
I mean-
that's Zelda, right? That's the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, the writer of the article is, I mean, if he didn't have a solid source, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be publishing this. And he's a staffer for Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, but it's also a juicy enough rumor for it to just get passed around to everywhere because I'm pretty sure everybody's talked about this all week.
But we're
so-
talking about the Wall Street Journal.
It was also reported today, a few hours ago actually, that Nintendo rented out a theater. So
For
that,
E3,
that could be
to
a
be clear.
possible 2015 E3 press conference. And right around this time, with the rumors spreading about,
this
this,
series,
and yeah,
February is a
be.
great month for rumors, though.
could happen because nothing else happens in February.
That's true. And at the same time, if you say anything in February and don't go through with it, no one will remember by December. It doesn't matter.
Yep. That's true.
Well, the internet exists, so people will.
We'll see it
but,
again
like,
next February.
Right, exactly, yeah. So,
So good, bad, or ugly, or great? Good.
this is good.
Around the table
This is
here. George, good.
Nintendo
Thumbs up?
branching out, doing something that they should do.
Okay.
Yeah, this
Cool.
is good.
Benny, good, bad,
If it was
ugly, great.
If it was anyone other than Netflix, it would be terrible. So
Okay.
I'm giving it a shot.
Sam.
Let's say good.
I mean, I think it's good. Nintendo's doing a good job of branching out their business because we know that, especially in the West, they've been doing really poorly.
With Wii U sales
Yeah.
and such.
Now, are they gonna House of Cards this thing, and Link's gonna have a GameCube in his background, or be like, "Oh, did you check out this new Wii U I've got?"
Yeah.
With just the advertising.
I don't
all
know
over
if
the
that
place?
would work well with that kind of universe.
Probably not.
There's no
but-
like Microsoft sponsorship you could throw in there, or like Lenovo, like on Arrow, which happens quite a bit on that show. So I think it's great. If it's released and it's good, then it's good. If it's released and it's bad, I don't think they'll set this up to fail. Either they're gonna say that it's great and we're gonna get it, or they're just gonna cut it completely and say, "Oh, it was a good idea. Maybe we'll use these ideas for something else."
Right.
That's what I think is gonna happen. Okay, so I think we've beaten that to death. Let's move on to our next discussion topic. EA executives say that their games are too easy. What do
What?
you think about this? EA
Too
games
no.
too easy?
No.
That's not what the rundown says.
Wow.
Is
EA.
it?
All right, I'm
Yes, it does.
gonna correct that. EA says that their games are too
Oh, too. Oh,
hard.
I'm sorry. I thought they were too easy.
Too hard.
Just
we-
goes to what I
Hard.
say.
Yeah, it's
I'm sorry.
it's quite all right.
I got excited.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Kev-
they look so similar. Easy, hard.
Kevin doesn't play a lot of EA games.
I don't play a lot of
because
EA
he
games
thinks
at all.
they're too easy. That's
Yeah,
why
they're too
he's-
easy for me. Star Wars: The Old Republic is an easy game.
Right.
It's just too easy. I'm a Madden champ, so
Mm.
that's what I think. Let me pass this off to you guys because I clearly have no idea what I'm talking about.
doesn't even know if it's bad. Easy or hard.
So
So
okay, so
yeah.
okay, basically what his big issue was, the guy's name is Richard Hillman. He's the chief creative officer for EA, and he was saying that the tutorial process for the game, so being able to learn the game competently enough to play it, is taking too long in most of their games. He's quoted as saying the average player probably spends 2 hours to learn how to play the most basic game, which I think that's a bit of a stretch. But his big issue is that a lot of people, especially their casual audience, doesn't necessarily have 2 contiguous hours to put together to learn a game, let alone play it.
Right.
But
is that every
I
game,
mean,
or is that just like when I think EA, I think sports games and I think Star Wars now.
He's thinking like he said the most basic games, so I'm like their most basic games are like Scrabble and Tetris, and I'm sorry it doesn't take 2 hours to learn.
Peggle 2. It's an EA game, right?
But basically, what he was later on, he went on to say that basically every game's an RPG now. Like you don't make games without progression and levels and XP, which isn't true, but yeah, okay, but I mean, I think he's wrong in this situation. Like most games, the style of games that EA is making, like people that don't play video games at all aren't touching those games. People that are playing those games have a general idea of what they're doing, and so the learning curve should not be that steep.
So I don't
at least get the basics.
I don't think that this comment was made towards average gamers in a sense where they're older and have played video games before. I think this is towards the younger crowd that is just getting into these games. Because remember, we can't. I mean, some of us will, but not all of us will buy every game that EA or any company releases until we're 60 years old.
No, they're too easy.
It's not. They're too right. They're too easy, as Kevin said. So that's the problem. If you're turning off the younger crowd from learning a game because it's too difficult at a younger age, that's where the problem might happen, and that's where maybe parents go and say, you know what, we're gonna buy you a Nintendo console because the games are easier on here or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that's the problem.
On the flip side, EA's got this awesome, swanky Star Wars deal, and that's very much kid-friendly. I'd imagine that maybe that is going to work with their game plan of maybe getting away from the bro gamers, Madden, Battlefields.
Right.
Well, but the thing is, we see every time they try to make a game less complex and easier, like they just make the game worse. Like Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2. They just took all the complexity out of that game and just made it not nearly as good.
Okay, so I'm going to ask this, and this is to everyone. Benny, feel free to answer this as well. Is a game harder? I'm sorry. Is a game easier when it has less buttons? Does that make a game easier?
Not exactly.
It can make it frustrating.
Yeah?
If there's less stuff to do.
Because all you can do is run and jump,
Right.
then you got nothing else.
Look at something as simple as the Impossible game.
Mm-hmm.
You just hit one button.
Right.
So it's easy.
Right.
But it's a hard game.
Right.
For example?
I guess that's the trump card.
I think you mean to say if it has more systems to it, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, more mechanics.
Yeah.
So it can make it. It depends. Also, it depends on how the game is built. If the game focuses on these mechanics and they're required to be good at it, like say some kind of crafting system or some kind of bonus extra thing that you need to get through upper level stuff. If you're a casual gamer, you might not hit that. But for some people, it may be a turnoff because they play the game, they beat the story, they do whatever they have to do, and then suddenly they plateau and they hit this level.
Right.
At what point is there too many systems for you to, I guess, break into the game?
Mm-hmm.
Like an MMO system. Sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
They need to take an approach like. Has anybody else here played any of the Witcher games?
Yes, Witcher 2, but I did not play Witcher 1 because I was turned off by it.
There you go.
Witcher 1.
But wasn't
the first thing that you do when you're playing the Witcher 1 and you're choosing a difficulty, it says easy. You can get by on just combat. Medium. You can use just combat, but magic and alchemy are going to be very, very helpful.
Yes, this is a perfect example.
You are required to use magic and alchemy to beat the game at this difficulty.
And you do. You do have to use it. In Witcher 2 also.
Yeah.
You have to use
So-
the alchemy system.
Why do they not put in a system similar to that? If they're having an issue with people taking too long to learn their games, set the difficulties like that where, okay, maybe there are some mechanics that are optional at the easier difficulties.
Bingo.
That's nail on the head, I think. Yeah. The problem is
I think that would.
EA didn't make The Witcher.
well, and that I think that these companies, all of them included, don't want to put in the time to set difficulties anymore.
No, it takes a long time, and when
Yeah.
you need to make a yearly release, you
Right.
can't really afford to do that. Benny, you were going to add something there.
Yeah.
I would say they did a pretty good job with that with the latest Dragon Age that they put out, because in the harder difficulties you do have to spend a lot of time doing all the optional content and all the crafting systems. I didn't play enough of it. I watched a good chunk of it. One of my roommates here was playing it extensively on the hardest difficulty, and it even seemed like even as he was doing all of the optional content, some stuff was a little bit more difficult, especially a couple of the dragon fights when he was forced into certain party members. On easier difficulties, I feel like that wouldn't be the case. Yeah, you can get by in just the combat alone, but I haven't played enough of the game myself to give that opinion. But what Sam was saying is correct, though. If you let players know ahead of time, on easiest difficulty, you can breeze through this game on just combat and still probably have fun with it. I don't think, going back on George's opinion, lesser mechanics make a game easier or harder. I mean, I love referencing Super Mario 64. That game, it's run and jump, but then there's other parts to run and jump. But that game can be difficult for new players.
But you can
it's-
beat
it
the
is all
game
about
without
game
getting all
design.
the stars. Right?
Yes.
Is that what you're going towards? You don't need them all.
Yeah, that's my point. It's like it's all about your dedication to it and what makes a game easier or harder. Some people, adapt or can play certain games with ease and get by with it, no problem. And they'll think, oh, this game was too easy. Well, it's easy for you, but it's not easy for other people. So I'm jumping around a lot, but my ultimate point is it's all about your audience. You have to know who you're building this game for, and are they going to find this easy or difficult?
Right.
Very well said. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
One last thought, Benny? Or no, that's it?
No,
You got
that's
it all out?
I had it all built up and I let it out, and that's it.
Okay. Well, prep your lungs again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get ready.
Because we're about to talk about something that's very much related to you. The
Yes.
the Minecraft build-off is back. The Gen Game
We are
Minecraft
back.
build-off.
Yeah.
And there are signups open. If you head to gengame.net/buildoff, you can
I like
sign
when we
up.
make our news. It's great.
You can sign up for the 2015 season. So the most recent show that we've had has been I want to call them prelims, but they're not prelims.
They're just
It's a promotion event, or I'm calling them
Promotional event.
exhibition matches
Okay.
now.
So
It's a show
Okay.
match.
So are we having another exhibition match, or are we getting right into it on Saturday, or do we not know?
I plan 2 more exhibition matches to get
Okay.
our roster full.
Very cool.
So yeah, I do want to stress we need signups. If you're not certain that you want to play, maybe you want to play, just do it anyways. Hey, you could win. You could
Or-
play against another guy who's just as bad as you are and win.
oh my.
It's a lot of fun.
great
we-
way to put it.
Now
I
we
think
have
a lot of people watching thought it was a lot of fun.
It's free, too. Like you
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
have fun with it.
Well, if you own Minecraft, it's free. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So do we have prizes to offer for this?
From what I've been told, and we're not 100% on the dollar amount, but every round when we do the actual tournament, every round you win, you get a prize, and that prize doubles as you progress through the tournament. So if you win one round, you'll say get $10, but if you win the next round, it goes up to $20, so your total prize pool.
Very
So that's
cool.
how we're doing the prizes here, and then we have the grand prizes, just big stack of Steam cash.
Very nice. And it's not $20 worth of Gen Game character skins?
We could throw that in for free.
I'm not hearing a no.
yeah, there was no there. Maybe.
Damn, I just ruined
and-
Benny's surprise. Everyone wants to
The
play
Benny
as me in
skin.
Minecraft.
The Basil skin.
It's got glasses. It's got a plaid shirt, the Superman shirt underneath.
Bring back an old joke of ours. We'll be handing out free copies to TF2. We're bringing
okay,
that
That's
back.
great. Free copies of Team Fortress 2.
I want to turn this back on you guys again. Sam said he watched the show. I just want to know did you watch
watched
the show?
Sam watched it.
George watched it.
I watched it.
I watched
We
it.
all watch it, Benny.
So-
It's the
so what did
it's
you
the
guys-
Gen Game
what did you
Minecraft
guys
build
think
off.
about it?
Everyone's got to watch it.
I thought it was a
Yeah,
pretty,
what
I
did you guys think of it?
I thought it was a pretty cool show. I had a winner in mind. You know, I thought the castle was definitely the better build. He used more of his time wisely. So some of the viewers that maybe signed up got to see a little bit of what it's actually about, and maybe some were turned off because it looked more challenging than they thought.
I think they had a lot of time.
Yeah, they did have a
which
lot of
maybe,
time. Yeah, which was
maybe
okay.
we should put them under pressure.
That's
a little
another
bit more.
thing. We're
I think
cutting the time back to about
I think I
90
only
minutes.
had like an hour to build my awesome hot air balloon when I participated. So
I thought it was a 3-hour build. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I doubt I sat there for 3 hours.
But
Hot air
then
balloon?
again, we didn't
No.
have creative mode back in the day.
Yeah,
That's
true.
true.
You had to
We
do
had
that
to
by
hack
hand.
that together.
Yeah.
That is correct.
You want to build some more balloons for us, Kevin?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Kevin is an
Think about
excellent
it.
I have
balloon
I have
builder.
like 6 dates lined up for Valentine's Day, so I don't know if I can make it on Saturday.
That's
so.
rough.
And by 6 dates, I mean Majora's Mask 3D.
Hot. The hottest date.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish that was a good segue to a new segment, but it's not.
So let's just keep talking about Minecraft.
But just quick thing to add though, like as far if you want my own impression on my own production, it was very basically put together. We've got a lot of improvements coming up for the new show. We're getting new themes put together. We're digging the music out for Vault.
Okay.
I still got the
okay. Nice.
and everything's just gonna have a lot more sharper touch to it. I got better screen captures. I figured out how to get the cinematic camera enabled on Minecraft again.
Nice.
My hotkey was disabled for some stupid reason.
Nice.
So yeah, everything's gonna look fantastic on Saturday. We're doing it on
nice.
Saturday because we already have show booked on
Saturday,
Sunday. So.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right?
9 p.m. Eastern.
9 p.m.
9.
Eastern Standard Time.
Mhm.
Cool. And you can still register.
Yes.
GenGame.net/buildoff. We're going to take
Click
a
the giant
break.
click here button for the sign up form. One of the first things you see on the page.
Got it.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more news, so stay tuned. You're watching the Gen Gamecast. Welcome back to the Gen Gamecast. Ready to get into some news? Let's get right down to it. Swatting. We all know what it is, right?
Yes. No. Yes.
Yes,
Everyone
no?
knows what swatting
I think
is.
we know what it is. For those of you who don't know and who are watching, swatting is when someone calls the SWAT team on a popular streamer in order to get themselves thrown in jail, which
Yeah.
recently happened on RuneScape. I'm sorry, which happened to a RuneScape streamer who posted a reaction video on YouTube. Now, swatting is dumb. We all know this. It's bad.
It's bad. It shouldn't
not
be
smart.
It shouldn't be happening. You're gonna like.
It's far from a prank.
Yeah, this is way too far. This guy, Josh Peters, he was streaming RuneScape in front of 60,000 viewers, and he had his door busted down and a gun pointed at his direction towards his family. This is not something that should even.
It shouldn't even exist.
It shouldn't even exist at all.
No one who thinks to do this.
Yeah, and
Pretty dumb.
people are gonna find you when you do it. You're not getting
Which
away with
they
something like
did,
this, and they did.
This
Yeah,
guy's going to jail for 5 years. So
right.
if you thought about swatting the GenGAMEcast, it's not worth it. No one watches this thing. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's true. don't
But-
swat us, please.
I mean, to be honest, this is like I'm glad to say it's calmed down. Like I used to see this way more often.
Last summer, this was like every other day.
It was like the thing.
Yeah.
There's a Call of Duty pro player that I know. I used to talk to him at events a lot. He got swatted so many times, the local police department had a safe word with his family. If they got a threat called in, they would call his family first and ask for the safe word.
And God forbid he actually had one at some point, and maybe they couldn't contact him. Then I guess they would know. But
Right.
yeah,
They just
But it happened.
they
It
just sub
happened to him so
They
many
watch the
times
stream.
they had to put that in place.
yeah. They just tell him, listen, forget the safe word, just watch the stream. If I'm streaming, chances are I'm all right. So yeah, it's bad. Okay,
It's bad.
Don't
Yeah.
don't do it. Okay,
But you know what's good? Twitch plays Pokemon.
that is great.
1 year anniversary. We were just watching it before. They're at Palatown right now.
No,
big,
they're
big
past
shocker.
Palatown.
They passed Palatown.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
lost
yeah.
to Blue.
Yeah,
The town map didn't really come in handy, as we can see live.
yeah. They so they're playing original Red right now.
Yeah. And it's
And,
a custom version. I gotta say it's really cool. They have the donation widget pop up
Yep.
on the live stream. It's really cool. It's a custom
Yeah.
version of the
On the
game.
left hand side of the screen, you could see the Pokemon that are in the party currently and the order. It's pretty good. Even their HP and their level and everything. It's awesome. And on the right, obviously, is the controls by you guys, the trolls, mostly trolls. And it's been awesome. He has 2 Pokemon right now. He's got a Charmander and a Kakuna. And
Somehow they didn't get
Hakuna Matata.
nicknames. I don't know how.
yeah, they didn't get
That's
nicknames.
crazy.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
The character name I think is Aibe, something like that. And yeah, praise Helix. Thanks.
There's about 9,000 people watching.
Yeah, it's great.
So, and the donations go towards the live stream, I believe.
We were discussing earlier they could
not
go
100%
towards
sure
the
on that yet.
Safari Zone,
Oh yeah, these actually all funds are
Yeah, all-
donated to the
the
Safari,
Safari Zone, yeah.
So
the Pokemon
if you want to
Preserve.
support them,
Yeah, please do.
please do. They could use the money.
They can use it. Lapras, they're expensive. They're not cheap. If you ever tried to buy one of those at next to a slot machine, you can.
You doing just Wonder Trade for him?
No. We just buy them straight cash, homie. Thanks. Give me this Pokemon.
Oh my gosh.
I always bought Mr. Mime. I don't know. I felt like that was a good purchase.
Mr. Mime was a terrible purchase.
Oh, it was a great purchase. He was a troll. Just a big troll.
Maybe not in Pokemon Red, which maybe later on.
Yeah, which leads me up to Benny. Speaking of large trolls, you watching Twitch Plays Pokemon?
I've been turning it on and off every once in a
Okay.
while.
Probably.
It's the 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
That's
You
awesome.
have to.
Oh, it is a big deal.
And-
Everybody get your shirts out of the closet and
I was gonna say I informed.
light your candles and start praising Helix. So
Exactly.
the god is the return of him is upon us.
I mentioned earlier that Trevor here has a Praise Helix shirt. The guys got jealous. They it's pretty cool. Like I kind of want one. I don't know if they're gonna.
I'm sure you can still get one.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They'll probably
no,
be bringing them
they-
back.
yeah,
for
for the
this-
1
for the
year
1
anniversary Praise
definitely
Helix
someone-
version.
Unless they
Ooh.
come up with more jokes. We'll
Ooh.
see.
There could be
There's
more
a
jokes.
lot,
There's probably-
but I feel like as Twitch Plays Pokemon has gone on, it's kind of lost its luster, and I think that now it's like there's a lot of people watching, which is good
right. Yeah,
because
this-
that's what makes it fun. The whole point of it was a social experiment.
right.
So
And at
it
first
worked.
it was more people trolling and trying to just keep them in Pallet Town or
Yeah.
whatever, go back home, and now they're kind of going through the game too quickly, almost.
yeah, it
it's like
makes it
they're
less
trying.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
I think they managed to clear. It was Pokemon Emerald.
Yeah.
In like less than a day.
That's insanity.
Which is-
that-
Yeah.
yeah, that's nuts.
1886 shirt. That's it? Wow, that's not a lot of shirts. And where can you buy these? You can't buy these.
I told you they're limited edition.
Wow, limited. All right, well then, George, you missed out, man.
I know.
It's a big letdown.
That is.
Well, that won't be a prize for the Minecraft build-off winner then. Sorry, we'll just get a shirt with Benny's face on it. And you can wear it never.
You can be the one proud owner.
No, when we finally do our meetup here in Phoenix, we'll get everyone together with shirts with my face on it, and I'll just come out going.
The Twitch store is poorly advertised, so
Maybe they'll fix that in the future and just direct you to Amazon.
Just
Yeah,
add a store
exactly.
icon at the
Where
top
is that?
would fix that whole problem. It's like, oh, they have a store tab. I can click on that and buy
because
stuff.
the Twitch store isn't always open. Everything they do is limited edition runs.
Yeah, you cannot find this on eBay. Just saying. Tried looking for it on eBay. All I've got is this crappy All Hail the Helix custom shirt that looks like garbage.
Here's the Twitch store.
Ugh. Shame.
Salty Army, that's great.
Shame.
Big fan of Salty Bet.
All right.
Very cool. Switching gears completely now. Let's go into a different story. We actually talked a little bit. I touched on this a little bit earlier on in the show. Star Wars Battlefront for the multi-platform there's some rumors about it.
They're only rumors.
There's rumors right now, but if this happens, pretty cool stuff. Campaign spanning the entire Star Wars saga, leading up to the new film and including characters from that. An aggressive DLC campaign, which is going to be awful, and I don't really care for that. But if they do it well, then sure. But if it's like a season pass and it's like $40 and it's just crap, then that's crap.
It sounds just like the Battlefield DLC campaign. 5 packs.
Yeah.
5 map packs. Like
If it sounds like crap, it
Actually,
looks like crap.
it's 5
crap,
content packs, so yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the new evolved DLC, the
according
game.
to some sources, VG247, which
Pretty reliable.
I think they're kind of
sometimes.
reliable, but
Yeah.
sometimes they're not as reliable. So we'll take this with a grain of salt.
And the best news about it is not the campaign, I'll tell you that much. The multiplayer and how they're going to possibly support how many players?
64.
64
64
players.
simultaneous
Battlefield
players.
style.
In ground 2 space battles,
Awesome.
which we've seen in the
Yeah.
Battlefront beta
Yeah.
for Battlefront 3, as it's been called. But very cool. I would love to see that. So
well,
maybe we'll see more from E3.
Yeah.
the early test footage we saw at E3, you saw a guy run in and hop in a spaceship. So, I mean, we kind of knew that was coming.
Yeah. So knowing it's coming and actually seeing it are two different things sometimes. So
I think the coolest part is spanning the generation of the Star Wars series, because they've done that in Battlefront where you can play as the Separatists, the Empire, the Rebels, and the other guys, the Republic.
yeah,
The other guys, the most important guys. And it's cool. That's what makes me think of Star Wars Battlefront, is the options of playing as all those different types of factions.
Right.
And if they keep that rolling with it, I think that'd be really cool. And incorporating that into the movie would be awesome. I just think it would be really good.
Let's talk about
Good
games
stuff.
that aren't looking so good.
Yes, let's talk about terrible games. We talked a little bit about Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Sam mentioned that he was playing it in the What Are You Playing segment. And I'll tell you what he was not playing. Sonic Boom, which has just sold 490,000 copies. That's it. The worst selling Sonic game ever. And they released Sonic and the Black Knight. That's pretty bad. It's hard to top that.
They released
Bottom
Shadow the
that, yes.
Hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog was
But Shadow the Hedgehog
was
had
passable.
guns.
It had
With
guns. It was cool,
guns.
and he had a motorcycle and a cool intro, and he fought demons. But Sonic Boom was just awful.
And there were
Just-
2 of them.
Just awful.
There were 2 Sonic Boom games.
Yeah,
and
there
they
was
both
too.
did
There was
awful.
3DS. And now this only mentions... This actually doesn't clarify if it's 3DS or Wii U. Doesn't really matter, though. I'm assuming it's both. They
Together.
have an average score of 32 and 47 on Metacritic. Take a guess at which one's the 32. I'm imagining it's a 3DS. This is just like, why did this game get released? It's part of the Nintendo Sega deal. Are we going to see more games from it? I think there's one more in the deal. 1 or 2? Don't quote me on it. I'm hearing from my producer there's only one. So they could go out with a bang, or they could release Sonic Boom 2, the good edition.
They've got to do something.
Sonic Boom
wait a
Director's Cut.
We'll wait and see. Director's cut. It's just nothing.
Coupled with that, coupled with the 490,000 copies sold, comes the expected value of Sega Sammy. They expect to lose $13 billion yen this year, which is
Pull out your calculators and pull out the conversion there.
$109 million US.
That's insane.
Great game. Great.
That's insane.
Great Jordan.
So
That is crazy.
just give up with the Sonic games
Sonic needs to
altogether.
go
Honestly,
I mean,
Can't
can-
do
Old
it.
Yeller style.
Can we just get Adventure 3?
Can we just get Sonic the Hedgehog?
I don't know if we want
4,
Adventure 3 at this
5,
point. They're just
episode
going to
1?
ruin it.
yeah.
It's not going to be
Yeah,
multi-platform if it's
gotta be better
they have to
than
do this
this.
Nintendo deal. So
It's
that is Sonic Boom was not a Sonic Team game. Let's clarify that. It was by a separate studio, Big Red Button, and the 3DS version was released by
someone else.
another studio that
wasn't
Sanzaru Games.
right.
Who in the heck is that?
So stick with the Sonic team for the Sonic games.
That's why the Sonic Team
that's-
exists.
right. Exactly.
Has the
Apparently-
Sonic team even released a playable game recently?
Yeah,
Sonic 06? Yeah, it was
recently?
good. A few years back.
One?
No. Let's get off this crappy topic. Let's move on to something
Better
a
games.
little bit better.
We
Better games.
sandwiched two good games on
between
around a bad game. Yeah.
So let's go back to good games. Ratchet and Clank, a great game.
yeah.
And also
Yes.
a movie is coming out for Ratchet and Clank. Very cool. We're going to see a new Ratchet and Clank retelling of the original story that matches up with the film coming out. There's no release date here. I'm assuming that it's going to be.
It's 2015.
It says 2015,
Yeah.
but I stand corrected. 2015. We'll see it this year. Looking forward to it actually, because my PS4 collects dust, and it would be great to put something in it that isn't Call of Duty Ghosts, because that game is
Kevin,
atrocious.
Kevin, who
That
told you
poster
to buy-
is
who
right
told
here
you to buy
behind me.
PS4.
The big poster told me to buy it. Right here. It's right here. This Call of Duty Ghosts, which I don't know why this is on this wall. We should get a Ratchet and Clank poster. That'd be great.
My PS4 is currently in Florida. But when it finally comes here via Sam,
it's-
I'll be playing. Ratchet
You're
and Clank
not
as
getting
well.
my PS4,
Taking a long
George.
time to ship there.
Quite some
man.
time. I know.
We need to get him a PS4 because he's got no Xbox.
It's gonna be a great race. When does my power
Yeah.
brick come, or when does my PS4 come? Which one faster? You know.
Oh, there's finally going to be some games for my PS4. It's going to come out of the box. It's going to go on the shelf up here, and it might get live streamed.
That would be
Might.
something.
Let's not jump
Big
ahead of
man.
ourselves. First, I have to have it.
This is pretty big news, though. I think they say that it's going to be a retelling of the first Ratchet and Clank game, in line with the feature film, with new gameplay, better
Right.
graphics, same Ratchet and Clank goodness.
It's
It's all good stuff.
Whenever I
So
hear
it's not a remaster. It's just a rebuild.
It's not a
or-
remaster. It's from how they've worded it. It's not like a HD version of it.
Or are they
It's-
retconning it almost?
I think it
They-
sounds more like a retcon. It's gonna fall more in line with the movie.
They already did the remaster. So
So they've already done it. We don't need another.
I love when I hear about games like this that are going to be with a at least it'll be this year. We kind of have a general idea. It could be pushed back, I guess, but hearing news about a game like Ratchet and Clank that looks this great gives people reasons to buy PlayStations, which is, I think, just a win for everybody right there. That's kind of.
I mean, even though PlayStation's still outselling Xbox.
I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying it will increase sales. You know.
Yeah.
It's well, we all know that Master Chief Collection is not telling anybody to buy Xboxes now, so
I'll tell you what's gonna sell PlayStations though. This game right here, the next one on our news list, is RBI Baseball 2015. I mean,
talking about terrible
this is
games
like,
again.
No, this is great. This is definitely a system seller. RBI Baseball 2015. Has anyone played previous RBI Baseball games? Maybe 2014.
Well,
George?
I played RBI Baseball in 1988. I'll tell you that much. I actually didn't play it in 1988, but that's when it came out. I played it in 1993, probably when I was 3, and it was a great game. Although last year RBI Baseball 2014 was released and was a little bit better than a really bad mobile game. Just a little bit. It was not even actually
For
that
consoles.
good. For consoles. For $25. I wasted $25 on this thing. It didn't even have stat tracking last year. They did that in 1988, though. They did. But this year, they're supposed to have actual ballparks, real stat tracking. They even have a cover athlete. I can't even remember who it is. That's how, but it's...
That's how unimportant that athlete is.
Exactly. But at least they do have real players in the game.
They're trying now.
It does look like it's maybe worth $20 as an arcade-style game. You just play with your friends when you drink a little bit and want to be nostalgic, but and don't want to pull out an NES. But it doesn't.
Or an N64.
Or an N64.
To play some baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr., which
Well,
is the last baseball game I owned.
we're talking about good baseball. We're talking about bad baseball games right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry
not
about
the
that.
good ones. It's okay. We'll leave out All-Star Baseball and Ken Griffey Jr.'s baseball. Yeah.
We're kind of pulling the sandwich thing together with this.
Yeah,
next
it's like
news
every
bit.
other, and now we've got
Because
something
now we're
kinda
going
cool.
back. We're going back towards movies.
Yeah.
Along with the Ratchet and Clank movie,
Wow.
we'll be seeing another gaming-related movie coming out, the Assassin's Creed film. It's officially under production. It will be starring Michael Fassbender, and they're aiming to release December 2016. Will we see it?
I mean, we'll
I think it'll release on time. right?
yeah.
There's not much known about it.
Right. I thought the will we see it was like, will we see it?
Oh, well,
we
will
go
you see it? Where are you
I
gonna
mean,
go see it? It
yeah,
sounds-
I'll
it
probably
sounds
go
cool.
see it. Yeah, it sounds.
Yeah.
It's cool that it's like a mainstream kind of like breaking the boundaries between games and film, because what we've seen so far is games into TV series like Halo I want to call it Lockout, but I don't think that's what it's called. That's the map. It's called something. Nightfall. Halo Nightfall. Took me a second there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Trevor.
I haven't been keeping up on Nightfall. Has that been released yet? Or are they still working on
Who
it?
cares? Halo sucks. but it's
I
Assassin's
mean,
Creed.
I saw
That's
the
where it's
first
at.
2 episodes and then I stopped watching Nightfall. But yeah, I think it's released. I think it's all released at this point.
But
So you stopped watching because it was bad, or you just didn't care?
I mean, it wasn't particularly good. It was nowhere near as good as Forward Unto Dawn.
Forward Unto Dawn was great.
Yeah,
That was a great series.
this was just not nearly of that quality.
It's just, I
Hopefully
think
this'll be good.
hearing that to me just seals the deal on a Halo movie ever happening. It just don't do it.
I mean, we knew the Halo movie was never going to happen. It's bounced around from studio to studio for the last decade.
Mhm. It's been in development hell forever. So
So which movie will perform better? Assassin's Creed when it comes out in 2016, or
Ratchet and Clank?
Ratchet and Clank, or
Or
the SpongeBob movie, which just came out this weekend.
well, I think-
I wanted to or the Hitman movie.
SpongeBob.
I mean,
That's
probably
right?
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob,
SpongeBob.
right?
Yeah.
That's insane. See,
Always
SpongeBob
choose
has more
SpongeBob.
mainstream appeal than.
Well, yeah,
ironically,
of course,
it has
yeah.
more mainstream appeal than
Yeah.
Hitman or
Considering
Assassin's Creed.
all of us
or
would actually probably
that other
rather
one you
see
mentioned.
that movie
I would. Yeah,
than
let's go.
yeah.
I mean,
I
don't-
I'm
yeah.
going to next Tuesday. I want to. I can't justify spending a full, whatever the hell movie theaters want to charge now, $12 on a movie. But for like $7 Tuesdays, like, yeah, I'll go see SpongeBob for sure. Probably have a beer or two first. Obviously, that's what you do before SpongeBob.
Of course.
But it was pretty funny. So wanted to pepper that in there somewhere. We hadn't gone over it yet. My favorite subject of the week. But
Now it's time for my favorite subject of the week, as we're winding down out of the news segment into upcoming games. It's a new segment.
ooh,
Quick hits, top 5, or not top 5, but I kind of just chose 5 that I wanted. Five games that are releasing this month. Actually, they're releasing tomorrow, most of them. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate for 3DS. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. Happy Valentine's Day to me. Coming out on 3DS tomorrow. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse next week, February 20th. The Order 1886 the same day, February 20th. And Dragon Ball Xenoverse also coming out on February 20th. It's funny how Friday releases seem to happen. I wonder why they do that.
also the 3DS XL to play all these
That's
games.
right.
To
Yes,
play some
the
of these
3DS
games
XL
on.
will be
Yeah.
coming out for that.
Yep.
The Order, of course, will be on PlayStation 4 exclusive, And Dragon Ball Xenoverse will be on everything under the sun, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and then it will be coming out on Steam, but at a later date.
Just like Grand Theft Auto 5.
One thing I just had to add in there is Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires. It's coming out. It's coming out February.
Good news for Kevin, I guess.
And, just anything Dynasty Warriors.
I gotta get through Extreme
oh,
Legends.
yes.
You know, I'm actually most excited about Kirby and the Rainbow Curse out of all these games. Yeah.
Looks pretty cool.
I actually, the concept seems really, really cool. Yeah.
Canvas Curse 2.
There you go.
I'm looking forward to
Majora's
it.
Mask 3D obviously will be a great game, but
no, it will be.
yeah,
it has to be.
Of course.
It has to be.
People say it looks better
optimistic
than
about the
Ocarina.
order.
What?
I'm really optimistic about the order. I mean, I'm waiting for reviews to come in so I can actually, read up on it and see if it's worth the $60.
Mm-hmm.
But that might be the game that makes me finally hook up the PS4.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
could be.
So, quick hits done, out of the way. Pretty good month for February, I think. A lot of good games coming out. But now we're going to really wind down the show with our deal of the week, which is the same deal as last week, but with a twist that's better. They made it better. Star Wars with guns. Star Wars Humble Bundle is receiving, it already did, 3 more games. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast, Star Wars Starfighter, and Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2. So if you didn't want to spend $12 for all these games, you have a better reason to, because these games are great.
You have to, actually.
If
I
you
mean,
haven't
Jedi
got it by
Outcast
now,
alone
If
is
you have
probably
$12,
if you have $12 and you like Star Wars,
you probably
you
get
should
it.
head on over to humblebundle.com. It will be up for another 4 days. So you have time. You have time. Payday's tomorrow.
I mean,
For some.
KOTOR and Jedi Outcast are probably worth the $12 by themselves.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. No, just any of these games is worth. Oh, well, not any of them, but I'd say that you can pick up 2 of these games alone on Steam and spend more than $12.
Yeah.
So it's a great deal.
Yep.
Force Unleashed 2 bundle will be around, 10.
If you spend the
$12,
minimum
yeah.
amount, it's $1 a game.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And they're great games. So again, maybe we'll have that as the deal of the week next week. But that's all we have for this week.
That's it.
That's it.
Damn.
So
That's it.
we'll
That's
wind down the show here. And this is the part where I tell everyone where to follow everyone on Twitter. Actually, I'll just pass it off to you, George. Where can they find you on the internet, John? Not just
you
Twitter.
can find me on Twitter at George Picard. That is my name. It's below me, I believe. You can
Yes, sir.
find me on League of Legends at GG space gold and green. And you can also find me on Battle.net, I guess, now at gold and green #, 4 numbers that I don't know yet. There you go.
Bad George.
Sorry, I don't know my Blizzard account. Battle, yeah.
Benny, where can we find you besides on the build off?
Besides the Minecraft build-off on Saturday, you can follow me on Twitter at NightPhoenix16. It's universal for everything. But if you want to find me on Blizzard and BattleTag, it is NightPhoenix, #, hashtag 1928.
Oh, okay. And Sam,
Yeah,
how
I
about
know
you?
it. I know it.
Where can we find you on the internets?
On Twitter at XD_Raven. That's pretty universal. Sometimes it's a space instead of an underscore. On Battle.net, XTheRaven, no space, hashtag 1193. And on twitch.tv/cross-eyed_arena. Cross-eyed_arena.
Really like those underscores.
Yeah, really, that's a lot.
What about you, Kevin?
You can follow me on Twitter at Shabazzle. That's all you really need to follow me on Twitter.
The Shabazzle Razzle Dad.
You could follow the show. You could subscribe to us on Twitch if you haven't already, twitch.tv/GenGame. Go to our site, gengame.net. Follow us, subscribe, whatever it is. And you can subscribe to us on YouTube. It's youtube.com/GenGameNet. That's it for the show. I'm Kevin O'Rourke from the entire cast here at the Gen Game Studio. Thanks for watching.